Welcome to another Christmas in July card. This is a folded card using the Wondrous wreath inlet and stamp set. So it folds out and opens up to display your sentiment. And what I like is it stands up really nice too, and it looks pretty standing up. So I'll have all the list of materials you need on my blog, myredtract@blogspot.com. So to start, you're going to take your black cardstock, which is 12 by 12, and you're going to cut that into a 5.5 by 12-inch piece of paper. And then you're going to mark, and I like using a chalk marker on this, or a piece of chalk on this black paper. You're going to mark 3.5 inches, and then again, and I believe this is, let me measure it. So you're going to mark 4 inches in, so you'll mark here at 4 inches, and then you'll mark with your ruler, look at this, exactly 3 inches. And then you'll draw your line, and you can use your scissors or your paper trimmer to trim it down. And then you'll take your bone folder, and I'm going to have a template as to where all your score marks are and where your cut marks will be. So that'll be on my blog as well. And I like to have one because I like to use it as a visual reminder of where I'm supposed to score. So we're going to score at 2 inches, 4 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. So then you'll have a piece of paper like this. You're going to fold the long length in like that. You can use your bone folder to kind of crease it, and then the short guy you're going to fold out, so it kind of makes a zigzag like that. It matches up. Okay. If you're into origami, I think it's a mountain fold and a valley fold. Okay. So once I have that, the next step I like to do is to work on my bow that goes up at the top here. And I like to do that because I like to let the glue have time to set up. So you're going to need a spare piece of cherry cobbler. You're going to need your bow builder punch, and you're going to need to punch this out 2 times. Okay, so you're going to take this. Whee! Always goes flying. There we go. Okay, so you're going to need your bow top right here, these 2 pieces. This is your center, and these are your tails. So what I like to do is do kind of a, with your bone folder, you're going to take the top and you're just going to curl it. So you're just going to take this and run it over until it curls to the point you want it. You're going to do that with both of them. And then here's a little trick I found with this bow. So I love this bow builder punch, and I use it on a lot of cards. In fact, it stands alone on itself, especially if you use designer series paper and just cut one bow out, put it on white cardstock, looks great. You're going to take your adhesive, but I have found working with this bow builder punch, my fingers get coated with this glue and then get all sticky and over everything. So I have found that this works best. You put a little dot here, fold it over, and using a handy dandy clothespin, you're going to allow that to set up just for a few seconds while you do your second one the same way. You're going to put a glue dot there, and then with this second one, I like to allow it just to transfer glue like that. I'm going to take this second piece and I'm going to sandwich it in. And then use my clothespin to keep it closed while I work on my centerpiece here that I picked up. Okay, I like to take one piece and just fold that guy down so it looks like that. Probably do it here and you can see it a little better. And then I'm going to take my bow out of my clothespin. Whoops, before I put them on. See, look, it's sticking to me already a little bit. I'm going to put a little dab of glue here, a little dab of glue there, and I'm going to stick this guy on the front like so, and then fold this end down, and then I'm going to put him back in the clothespin, and I'm going to let him be until I'm ready to put him on. And I'm going to put my tails aside because I'm not going to put those on quite yet. Okay. The next thing we're going to need is from our Wondrous wreath stamp set. We're going to need the base wreath stamp. And you're going to need your Versamark stamp pad. So we're going to take this and we're going to ink him up really well. Since we're going to be using gold embossing powder and our heat gun tool, I want to make sure I get a really nice even coating of this Versamark. It turns out a little better that way. The other trick I have found is if I use this stamping or punch pad here, it gives me a much better image. You can also use a mouse pad too, will work too. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my white, Whisper White sheet of paper, and I am going to put him down. Now, my stamp is just a little dirty, so you may see a little bit of an image, but rest assured that the gold embossing powder will cover it up. So he kind of sticks, you kind of peel him off, and you notice you get a really great image. So then I would take this, coat it with my embossing powder, hit it up with my heat gun, and through the magic of a video, I get left with this. And you do not have to worry in that I have the little tab down there. Actually, he will make it a little easier to put your die cut on. So you're going to put your die cut and you're going to cut him out. After you've done that and cut him out, I like to take Dazzling Details in Cherry Cobbler and just kind of randomly put small dots of this around the wreath. I think it just adds a cool dimension. You could use the stamp that comes with it. I did a little post on how to create your own little color dots, so you could use that too if you wanted not so much the glitter effect, you wanted a more solid effect. So I have that. The next thing is to stamp your sentiment. So we're going to take a piece of cardstock, my sentiment, and I'll have the dimensions for this cardstock on my blog. And we're going to take our sentiment, which is may happy moments and cherished memories surround you with joy this season. And you're going to stamp that in your tuxedo black. Okay, so I have all my elements to create my card. I have my wreath, I have my sentiment, and I have my bow with its tails here already set up. Okay, so I like to put the bow on first. So again, I'm going to grab my multi-liquid glue here. I'm going to put a nice healthy dot on top, and I'm going to place my tails down like that. And then I'm going to put a nice coating of glue down on him and glue him down. Now, the other trick I have found, which works really well, is to take your clothespin and clip him down. So you have him like that. So it just allows the pressure and allows that guy to really get there. Okay, so I'm going to move him up here. The next thing is to put your sentiment down. And I did stamp him in Memento Black, the black ink. You could do the Cherry Cobbler, which would look really nice as well. So there's my sentiment to line him up there. There you go. Okay. So my next step is I like to fold this completely down and put him on here and kind of figure out where he should go. Okay, so I have him situated. And it doesn't really matter, it's your preference whether you glue him all the way down on this side or this side. I'm going to do this side, I don't know why, it just makes more sense to me. So I'm going to flip him over, and I'm going to put some glue dots on him. And remember, don't do the whole wreath or you're going to have your card glued shut. Okay, so we're going to take him, put him down, move him around, and glue him down. And we are done with our card. I hope you've enjoyed this folded Christmas in July card using the Wondrous Wreath stamp set and Thinlit. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'd be more than happy to answer anything. And of course, if you want a list of all the materials, go to myredtruck.blogspot.com. Hope you've enjoyed this Christmas in July card, and we will see you soon.